This is the Radio 1 News Update for October 13th, brought to you by ABA Bank. I'm Lady Miriam. The World Health Organization presented Cambodia with an award for being among the 4 latest countries to have eliminated lymphatic filariasis, also known as elephantiasis, or big foot disease. The disease used to be a problem in remote provinces, also such as Ratnakiri and Stung Treng. The Ministry of Public Works and Transportation yesterday inaugurated a mobile inspection kiosk that will provide automobile inspection services to all 13 provinces in the country that currently do not have an inspection station. The kiosk is expected to inspect 136 automobiles per day, about half the number of a traditional inspection station. There are about 530,000 registered automobiles across the country, and personal cars are required to be inspected about every 2 years, while heavy trucks have to be inspected annually. In regional news, a 3-year-old girl survived under the rubble of collapsed homes in eastern China, thanks to the protection of her dead parents, who were killed as they wrapped their arms around the child. The girl was rescued more than 14 hours after the collapse of their homes in the city of Wenzhou, killing 22 people. Only 6 people survived. In international news, while attempting to break up a fight between 2 men near the jungle homeless camp, a Seattle police officer shot one of the men who was armed with a knife, and he later died at the hospital. The officers were assisting city and state agencies that were clearing out the homeless camp underneath the interstate freeway. After the Galaxy Note 7, it looks like Samsung has other appliances that aren't safe from spontaneous combustion either. The Note 7 has been exploding internationally on a daily basis and has seen strict action by various authorities. Now, information about other Samsung appliances exploding has started to surface. It is a booming year for Samsung, and not in a good way. Plano, Texas residents John Stark and Barry Pyle witnessed their Samsung top-load washing machine explode and cause significant damage. This has been the Radio 1 News Update, brought to you by ABA Bank. Stay tuned for more news on Radio 1 FM 103.7. And on to business news. This is the Radio 1 Business News Update for October 13th. I am Lady Miriam. In local news, driven by increased competition and the need for telecom providers to constantly upgrade their services, CellCard announced that its plans to invest around $200 million in upgrading its 4G infrastructure in the next 12 months. Telecommunication providers are fighting for increased market share, which has made prices for consumers among some of the lowest in the world. Expectations of cheaper services are transferred to mobile data prices, forcing operators to offer increasingly attractive plans. Malaysian telecom giant Axiata Group will consider divesting a portion of its stake in Cambodian mobile operator Smart Mobile in a bid to free up capital to pursue opportunities including infrastructure expansion and future acquisitions. Currently, Axiata holds a 92.5% stake in Smart, which claims over 7.5 million subscribers, and their chief financial officer said, quote, "Why do we need 80% of a company? For instance, we only need 51% for control, but anything beyond we can sell and use to pursue opportunities." A Ministry of Tourism official announced that the country would need an additional 200,000 trained tourism professionals if it was to fulfill its target of receiving 7 million international tourists by 2020. Presently, there are 620,000 Cambodians working in the tourism sector who facilitated the 4.8 million international arrivals last year. Cambodia's Aviation Authority officially opened its first ever training center, finalizing a 4-year project funded by the South Korean government aimed at building local aviation sector skills. The training center, located at the Phnom Penh International Airport, was built with an investment of $10.1 million, funded and supervised by South Korea's International Cooperation Agency. Revenue from customs duties and excise tax reached $1.31 billion during the first 9 months of this year, a 16% increase compared to the same period last year. A total revenue collected was primarily from vehicle import tax, which raked in 41% of the $1.31 billion. While revenue from gasoline and energy imports accounted for another 21%, general goods accounted for 35% of the total sum. In international news, Amazon.com is pushing deeper into the grocery business with plans to introduce convenience stores as well as curbside pickup locations. The Seattle company aims to build small brick-and-mortar stores that would sell produce, milk, meats, and other perishable items that customers can take home. These people say, primarily using their mobile phones or possibly touch screens around the store, customers could also order peanut butter, cereal, and other goods. According to Morgan Stanley Research, they estimate the online grocery market could more than double to cover $42 billion this year. This has been the Radio 1 Business News Update. Stay tuned for more news on Radio 1 FM 103.7.